Hi, it's time for the next battle in the Peloponnesian War, using the commands and colors system, ancients system. So we have reached the Battle of Delium, 424 BC. It was fought between the Athenians and Boeotians. And it was, it's, as I said, 424. It's 1 year after this Battle of Sphacteria, which I played through in the last video I did. So in this case, we have the Athenians trying to do an invasion of Boeotia with two armies, one led by Hippocrates, who is located here. And the other one, I think it was led by Demosthenes, who, well, they both went away, but there was problems with the synchronization of the two armies, so to speak, so they couldn't really, optimize their movements and attacks, so they were out of phase, basically, from each other. So, what happened was that Hippocrates' army closed in on Delium, and basically did fortify a temple there, waiting for Demosthenes, I guess, to or news from Demosthenes, so they could do some maneuvering in together. But it didn't happen. So the Boeotians were able to field a large army, I think it was well over 15,000, I think it says here. Yeah, it's actually about 18,000 troops, very large army for this time. And I think that the story goes that the Hippocrates and his armies was going back towards Athens because the invasion failed. So the Boeotians, led by Pagondas, a Theban, I think, and I can mention a few words about him then a bit later. But anyway, Pagondas with his army did follow the Athenians, and they were coming real close to the Athenian army behind these hills here, and suddenly they appeared. The Athenians noticed that and were just able to field or array their army for battle before actually the Boeotians under Pagondas attacked. So this guy Pagondas, actually, he was quite a clever general. He did some cool things. First of all, also noted in this scenario, we have this sacred band unit here, and that's actually an invention of Pagondas to make a real deep phalanx here. I think it was 25 ranks or something like that. So I'm not really sure, but I think the standard was like 8 ranks or something. So this should be more than 3 times the depths of a standard hoplite phalanx. So anyway, the Boeotians League did the attack, and having their the punch on their right hand side, pressing the Athenians here under Alcibiades, and on the other hand, on their left, the Athenians were on the attack, pressing these guys really hard. The hoplites stationed here, and there's some lighter troops as well, and they were close to routing here. But then Pagondas again did a clever move. He actually moved some cavalry that he kept in reserve, and I read somewhere that this thinking of reserve troops was not too developed at these times, but Pagondas saw a good way to use cavalry to quickly move from flank to flank, you know, and strengthen this where needed. So what he did was to send cavalry under Ariantides to strengthen this flank, and actually that had so large of an impact, so it actually routed the Athenians. They started to retreat, and also this flank was going bad for the Athenians, so after a while the whole army was in full retreat. So, and I think they retreated back to that fortified temple of Delium, where the Boeotians did besiege them, and there again, this Pagondas guy, clever guy, he did what's mentioned in the sources, some strange device, kind of a flamethrower that he used as a siege weapon, and with that forcing the Athenians out from their stronghold. Yeah, basically that's it. So as you understand, the Boeotians did, who was of course allied to Sparta. That was the initial reason why the Athenians did the invasion. Because yeah, they were allied with the Spartan or the Peloponnesian League. But they did win this battle. It was a really large battle. I mean, it was well over 30,000 soldiers in this battle, and actually one of them was the Greek philosopher Socrates, I read somewhere. So he's somewhere here in the Athenian hoplite phalanxes here. But survived, of course, the battle. Okay, so by that, I think I will not go too much into the story behind the battle, but we go into the game instead. So let's see what we have here. We had the Boeotians, the Pagondas here with 6 command cards, the Athenians with 5. So they will gain 3 in my system, and the Athenians will gain 2. We will fight till 6 banners. And then we have some special rules here, and that's the sacred band that we looked at. It's very deep phalanx formation here. Yeah, here it says 25 deep. So first of all, we will use a 5-block Spartan unit for that. These bronze blocks, and that's not all. They will actually hit with leader symbols as well, even when there's no leader attached or adjacent. So that's a really strong force here. And they also may ignore 1 flag. So they are really elite. I mean, these guys fight better than any Spartan unit in this game. And we use the hoplite infantry rule, meaning also mounted cards can affect hoplite units here. Yeah, on both sides, of course. So that's it. So here we have the battle board ready to go, and I think we'll do as we used to. We check the forces here. So let's start with the Boeotians, who are these orange blocks here, the Spartan blocks. So at the very end we have some slingers. We have then the hoplites here facing the Athenians. Then comes these hills or mountains here. We have some light infantry positioned on the hill. We have more hoplites in the front row. And here we have the sacred band on this deep phalanx of Thebans. Then we have more hoplites more hoplites here with a leader, and then auxiliary at the end. And if I'm not mistaken here, I think this is another kind of invention of Pagondas. I think these guys are representing what was it again? I almost completely forgot the word. It's almost said velites, but I of course mean peltasts. So there's some early form of peltasts, I guess, there then. Yeah, and then we have a kind of a second line here, a third line. We have more light infantry here, light cavalry on the very flank. We got some more auxilia and light infantry here back on this side of the hill. And then we have these, well, in history, game-changing cavalry that did turn the tide on this flank when they approached the Athenians with a cavalry charge. So that's basically it. So, well, kind of a complete array of battle here, but in a kind of a rough terrain. So as you can see, there's no, no lengthy lines here. It's there's always some empty space between the units here, which could be a problem if they get any line command cards or these other cards that you need linked troops to activate. So maybe they should get their line together, probably in front of the hill. Yeah, and try to keep a continuous line here. Maybe keep the lights on the hills or something like that. Well, we'll see. For the Athenians then, we have light infantry on the far, their right, and then we have auxilia. We have 3 units of hoplites with a leader attached in the center. We have some light cavalry back there. Down here we have, on the Athenian left, we have more lights in the center, probably some skirmishers because they had advanced a bit here, actually in fine range of that big phalanx here. Then we have 3 units of hoplites again with a leader, and then auxilia, again some cavalry in the back, and on the far left of their line we have some bow infantry. So those guys are reaching the Boeotian main line already. Terrain wise, we have what we talked about, this hill or mountain in the center here, which is kind of hindering the Boeotians. I'd say it's more of a hinder than a benefit. Of course the lights could benefit of being there. Then on the flanks we have some broken ground and some forests on both sides actually. Yeah, so as usually we should perhaps say some words about battle plans. Well, for the Boeotians, I think, well, it's kind of an evenly matched or fight. I think we have, on the Athenian side, we have 6 hoplite units, and we have 6 hoplite units as well on the Boeotian League, but we of course have these elite units as well. That's one of them, and we have, I think we have like 2 auxiliaries on both sides, and then so far it's quite the same, but maybe on the light infantry side we have a slight advantage of the Boeotian, not much. And then of course the cavalry, we have some medium heavy cavalry. Let's see if that will be a game winner for the Boeotians this time too. But battle plans. So I think for the Boeotians, I think I want to move down from the hill, try to establish a line here. I know it's very close to the Athenians already, so we are basically, we could be attacked while just arraying in front of that hill. Of course, it always depends on what cards we get, but that's the initial plan. And then just, I don't know, I think just clash with them. That's the very simple plan. And for the Athenian side, pretty much the same. I think they are maybe even more eager to attack, or I would be as their leader, because as long as they are in a kind of a disarray here, and we are in two pretty good lines here, we could press on and do the attack on some isolated units here and there. I think it will be hard here, so as in history, I think we will do the big push here and try to get the banners from here, and then try to hold our ground here and just try to match them and exchange us out here with getting some victory banners as well. I mean, we don't have to be too afraid of these cavalry, I think, on this side, because if they do just some head-on charges, it will be devastating for them. I'm sure of that. So as long as we keep the line, we are safe. Of course, when we start to weaken, then these cavalry can be really dangerous. They can harass us and hunt us down if we try to retreat. On the other hand, we have one light cavalry that could protect us a bit on this flank. Also there. So by that, I think we will just begin the battle. I will just do some arrangements here to make a card pile like that. And let's start. So Pagondas' troops is the first to go. So we start with these 3 cards. Inspired leadership left. Okay, we have one guy left. I forgot his name. Ariantides and his cavalry. But I don't see. Oh well, we could start moving them forward, maybe. Or we could use 3 in the center or outflanked. Well, as I said, the main plan now is to, gather a line here. We don't have any line commands. We could, of course, maybe play this outflanked, do our lines a bit, maybe do some skirmish as well, and then we could move up on this flank, the leader, up here, so it's adjacent to several units, and we could use this card to activate more units later on, because all in all we could activate five units if they are linked with this card, and that's good. So maybe I go with that, an outflanked as a start. So we'll activate the cavalry here. So we start moving our reserves already in the beginning, and here well. I think I'll start easy and do some skirmishing. So I will activate the peltasts, where I think they are at least, and then some light infantry here. And I'll move up these guys here, and I move up the lights 2 steps up here. So this means I now can fire with those guys against the auxilia or the bow units there, and I think I'm fine there. If they attack me, I can always retreat through the woods here, so it's good. And then on this flank, I'll do like this. I'll move these guys 1, 2, 3 just out to the flank, and I move the leader with his cavalry up here. So now I'm have a solid line here. I like that. So we have one battle to do. question is, who should we attack? Either the auxiliary or the bow unit. I think I'll go for the bow unit this time, so because they can be a real harassment here. The thing is though, they can ignore one flag because they are supported, but well, let's hope for a hit. And we got it. It's a hit. Good start. So we remove one block here. And like that. So that's it. And now we'll see the Athenians' response. Move our move, or 3 units up left. Well, I wanted to see an activation here, I think, because here's where I think we could press on. On the other hand, light, yeah, could do some skirmishing here. I wonder if broken ground is I don't think it's blocking line of sight actually. So I could get some really good firing on that unit with a move fire move, or with this as well actually. On this, we could fire with those guys. I mean, this is kind of a good. We could activate 5 lights and do some fire. Yeah, I'll do that. I'll play the move fire move, even though I don't think I will move that much. So we start activating that guy. We will start harassing that deep phalanx there. We will fire with the bows. We will do some auxiliary attack. And now for the 5th unit, I think I will be a bit bold and go forward here and do an attack as well here. I will drop 2 blocks there because, just to remind me, it has moved, so I only do a one die attack. Alright, so we could put some good fire on those phalanx units there now, and they cannot retreat, so they just take all hits. So let's start here. So, and we start with the lights with the 2 dice attack. We're looking for blues. Nothing, we got 1 flag, but that's not enough because he's supported. And let's do the other one. It's the auxiliary that moved up, so it's 1 die, and that's a miss as well. So no good skirmishing on the Athenian right here. Like that. And then let's take those lights, attacking that phalanx there. Remember, it can ignore by itself 1 flag, so it will be hard to make him retreat. But let's see, we want blues. We got actually 2 flags, so we forced those guys to retreat up the hills. Well, good or bad, I don't know, but at least it takes a bit more while for it to reach our main line now. I guess it's okay. I'll leave those guys active because I can move them again with this card, and that could be interesting. Let's see, yeah. Okay, then we have this flank. Let's start with the auxiliaries. 2 dice against Boyosian auxiliary, and it's 2 hits actually. Good hit there. Very good hit indeed. But they stay the ground, which is kind of good because now we can reach them with our arrows as well. So it's 2 more dice. And yet another hit. They are down to 1 now. That was a tough blow for the Boeotian League's main flank here. Okay, so now I could do some movement. First of all, I think I'll just leave these guys here. They are now in good position to continue fire on that hoplite if they want to. As for these lights, I don't know. I think I'll let them stay here at front. They still can fire at that unit next time if needed. And they can fire at any if these guys want to advance again. So I'll leave them here. I think it's good enough. And from here I don't want to lead the line, so I'll just stay here. I'm happy with what's happening here as the Athenian player now. So we hide those. Okay, Mountain Charge, the new card in their hand. Well, bad thing we are not in reach yet for the attack. So this card is not what we want right now. I wonder, could we dare to start advancing here? Good question. We could be in a slight advantage because of we already got the cavalry in place. I mean, we could scare off some of the lights here with our cavalry now by playing this card, right? Or we could actually play this and of course use our mounted troops in the attack. That's not bad because we could attack with 4 dice, which is pretty cool here. And if we attack some unsupported units, we have pretty good chance to get, you know, a flag. So maybe that's not a too bad idea anyway. But I'm still leaning on playing this card now. Yeah, let's do that. Let's start the attack here. So, leader and 4 linked units. Let's take those hoplites. Let's attack with this cavalry as well, meaning I must activate these to create a link, and then 1 more, and it has to be these lights. So the cavalry will do well, okay, let's play the card first. I'll just scare away those lights with that, because they will, pretty sure they will evade. And move up the slingers. Let's move these hoplites here. This cavalry here. The lights could go up here. They can fire away. What about the slingers then? Do I want to go up there? No, because I don't want to hinder those guys from retreating. So I will just follow up here. Not the best move here with the slingers, but anyway, kind of happy. So first of all, we want to get rid of support for that guy. So we start with the attack here with the cavalry, and these lights will evade. I still get the 3 dice, but only hit with greens. And there were just misses. And I cannot momentum advance because they did evade. Then comes the next one. Well, let's do the hoplite attack. It's 4 dice, and I'm adjacent to a leader, so I will hit with leader symbols as well. Okay, So it's 2 hits, actually 3 hits because it's auxiliary and the flag. So 3 hits, and then he needs to retreat. I could follow. But I won't this time. I just stay put here. Too bad we cannot attack with these guys then. Well, it was kind of expected. Anyway, good enough. We are seriously hurting the Athenians here, and we still have a light infantry who can fire. So let's see if we can scare those hoplites away. It's 1 die because they moved, but you know, if we get the flag, those guys need to retreat, and that would be good actually. Nothing. It was a miss. So, well, it's going good for the Athenians there, and here it's for the Boeotians. It's a kind of a opposite situation as in history. I mean, the Athenians were pressing here and the Boeotians there actually. Okay, so that's it. We'll check out the response of the Athenians. Okay, they can activate one of the flanks with 3 units. So maybe we should countercharge here, or we want to finish that guy off. That's also a tempting option. Could get that victory banner from that. On the other hand, if we leave this flank unattended, they will pick this guy and kill it off next turn. Sure of that. So let's go for the Athenian right. I want to pull these guys out. So we activate those guys, we activate some hoplites now. I will do the attack as the Athenian player now, and go in and try to even out the numbers here a bit. So these guys move forward. Too bad we didn't get that guy with us. And these guys will actually move 2 back. He's still in range for that cavalry, which is not good actually. Maybe we should... Well, we could move in here, but then those lights can fire at him. But maybe that's... he's still in range for the cavalry, of course. Let's put in there then. Yeah, and now for the attacks. I'll start with the leader here. So attack those hoplites with 4 dice. They are also adjacent to a leader, so if they hit back, this will be really... this will be bloody. It's not... It will not be that easy. But let's see. Let's hope the dice gods are with us this time. And we got 0 hits. 0 hits and 1 flag, which if of course can ignore because he's supported. That was bad. And now those guys hit back. Okay, 1 hit and 1 flag. So we took 1 hit. And we need to see if we need to take that flag or not, because we will do a leader loss check. That's okay. So we could take that flag if we want to. This was not good at all. Not good at all. No, I will not take that flag. I have stepped forward to attack, so I will push it through. So the next one, well, let's just take this the same unit again. Let's see if we got some luck this time. Here goes. Okay, 1 hit and 1 flag. I'm not too happy with these rolls. Because now they can hit back again. And they now got 3 hits on us. Oh my. What a bad start for these assaults. I mean, the Boyosian player have two flags to get now. Or banners. I always say flags. Alright. Really not happy. Okay. Then we have the Boyosian League again. Another outflanked. That would be a good chance for me to activate units here and press on the attack, and at the same time get those guys to safety. And I think that's for sure what I want to do. And question is who to activate here. I think I go here, and I'll go with, I think I'll take these guys on the flank. 1, 2, 3. It's time to do some cavalry action in the rear of the enemy now. And okay, I already did the movement before I did activate here, but let's do it. I go here. I have to stop in the woods, and then I'll move the big phalanx forward again here. So that's what's happening on this flank. And here we will see some combat. So we start with a phalanx, or the hoplite face off here. It's 4 dice. I'm still adjacent to a leader. So I need 1 hit. I got 2. So we have the first Athenian loss here, giving the Boyosian League their first banner. These guys could advance. I will not. I will try to keep my line, and I don't want to have anything to run through my lines. I mean, they have this fast light cavalry unit there. For the next one, this cavalry will attack that lone block of the auxilia there. 3 dice, and I need 1 hit. And we got 3 heavies. Oh my. Bad roll by the Boyosians this time, so now the auxiliary will bite back actually with 3 dice. He's not adjacent to a leader though. He got, alright, 3 flags. Ah, this is devastating. Look at this. 3 flags. Oh, this was really dumb of me to move that like this. I mean, these guys cannot retreat now. And they need to, let me check that out. I think they need to retreat 3 per flag, and that will end these units. Oh my. Yeah. Medium cavalry, 3 hexes per flag. He cannot ignore anyone, so he goes 1, 2, and 3 for the first flag, and the second flag kills him. Well, I didn't see that coming, to be honest, but I now see how badly thought through plan that was. But that was, to my defense, I must say, I was counting on eliminating that unit and do, you know, a breakthrough movement there and do another attack. I wasn't expecting this to happen. So, okay, the Athenians have evened it out, so it's 1-1 now. Totally misfired cavalry charge there. Alright. So, maybe the Athenians get the chance now to do something bad. Well, from the Boyosian side, I'm at least happy I could retreat with those guys now. They are still in range for the bowfire, but I think ranged combat into woods is limited to 1 die. Yeah, it is. Okay, so what do we have here on the Athenian side? We have heavy troops. We don't have any heavy, so I can activate any one unit with this. And then we could activate 3 here. And I'll... I don't know. It's a crisis here right now. It's a real crisis there. Either I just pull out again, but it's a weak line here now, I cannot do much. Or I do what I can, attack again with those guys, hoping to get one of those hoplites out. But I mean, quite frankly, we have lost this flank as the Athenians now. So maybe we just want to do as much damage as we can before we go down. Or we start focusing here, trying to, you know, to also get the Boyosians to react here and kind of forget this flank for a while. That's another thing. We could activate 3 units here, and we have some skirmish fire we could put in for sure. But is that good enough? I don't really know. No, I think I want to, you know, get rid of this bad card for me. So I will do this. I will activate those guys and I will press on the attack. As crazy as it sounds. So I will attack those hoplites again there, and well, let's see. Well, 2 hits, not good enough to eliminate those, and they did not retreat. So they're still up and fighting, and will of course fight back with 4 dice. And of course they roll 3 hits too, meaning we lost this hoplite unit here. The Boyosians gain another banner. And now we'll see the fate of Hippocrates himself, who's thrown himself into a dangerous position here. As a side note, he actually did fall in this battle, so maybe history will repeat itself here in this game. Let's see. No, he got away. So he now relocates to the light cavalry here. Let's see if we can do some raiding with that. But, well, doesn't look too good, to be honest. So I think I'll stop the battle here for now, the part 1, and what to say. Most of the action here, some skirmishing there, but here we see some hefty fighting. We saw first a not too successful hoplite attack from the Athenians, failing badly, got their nose blooded by this sturdy hoplite unit here. And you know what, I think this is actually what happened in history as well. There was some sturdy hoplite here fighting back, giving, you know, the Boyosians enough time to get the cavalry in place and do the counterattack. Maybe it could simulate this a bit. And, well, on the other hand, these guys' cavalry counterattack failed badly, attacking that auxiliary unit lone block there. So they panicked more or less and just fled the field. Center, nothing happened more or less. We have seen some skirmishing fires, as said. These guys pushed back a bit but came back into position now. So Well, if I would bet some money on any side in this case, I think I'll go for the Boyosians, but you never know what happens. So, thank you very much for watching, and let's see if part 2 holds any surprises from the Athenians. Bye.